Hey, what's going on everyone? This is yours truly back with that video, and as you can already tell, today's video is definitely not my usual kind of video. This is a very important video kind of talking about the future of this channel, and I just want to have an honest discussion and just talk to you guys on what's happening with me and what's going to happen with this channel. But essentially, I made a commitment to enlist in the United States Coast Guard. My boot camp shipment date is going to be in the fall of this year, and that means that in me trying to best prepare for boot camp, trying to do everything I can, so I'm in the best shape possible when I ship out. I'm gonna make July 31st as my last daily upload for this channel. And I do want to make it clear that this won't be the last time that you guys will see me in the predecessor community. Definitely be around. I will still get that itch to kind of play games here and there, especially if they release a legendary Quan skin that I've been begging for a while. I'm definitely going to be all over on that. And when a new hero releases, I may or may not actually do like a educational like video on it how I normally do it, because I do realize that you guys really enjoy my videos and find my videos very helpful, right? So this is kind of like very unfortunate. I'm sorry that I can no longer um be able to provide those daily commentary views to really help out you guys a whole lot. But I gotta also think about myself and what I want to do for like my main career in my life. But yeah, that's essentially the gist of this big like update I need to give you guys about the future of this channel. You can go ahead and click off the video if you want. But essentially the rest of this video is just gonna be me talking about myself and provide a little bit more context on why I decided to enlist in the United States Coast Guard and kind of like what led me to take this route. So I believe I haven't really told any of you guys this, but essentially I lived my entire life in a military family. My father, he served in the army for 6 years, and then he served another 18 years in the Air Force. And what that kind of means is that like my whole like upbringing in my childhood is kind of like what I have learned and what I do is pretty different than your normal like civilian kind of family, because in the case of my family, we would move to another state every 2 to 4 years. So throughout my life, I was kind of growing up in a lot of different states. I grew up a little bit in Oklahoma, then was Illinois. I get to live in Hawaii for 4 years. Then I go back to Washington State, and then that's when my dad retired. Is in Washington State, and essentially like after he got retired from the Air Force, decided he's gonna move to like Florida, and that'll be like his kind of like retirement home stay essentially. So I'm kind of like all over the place essentially. I didn't have a normal childhood in the sense that like I live in one state or one town city for like 10 plus years of my life. I've definitely moved around the whole ton. It has some pros and cons for sure. But I would say that the amount of people and all the different communities I was able to meet has been like just absolutely fantastic. I definitely do not regret ever of me being part of this military family. But essentially, after my dad retired from the Air Force in Washington State, that's right around the same time I actually started attending college, and I actually went to college in California. That's where I got my bachelor's in chemistry, and I always have this passion and interest of doing chemistry and the sciences. So that's kind of like what I initially wanted to do for my career after like graduate from college. So after I got my bachelor's in California, I moved back with my family in Florida. And for those who have been kind of dealing with payments on the housing, you know that the whole like painful housing and all that has been very expensive, right? Because I think it used to be, well, after you graduate college, you get your own place and kind of just go grind out, get a kind of stable foot in this world. But like right now, housing is very expensive. It didn't make any sense for me to like go get my own house, right? It made a lot more sense to move back with my family. I can focus on finding that career I really want to do. Don't have to worry about the finances and all that. And once I can kind of get a very solid career that I can see myself doing long term, that's when I'll do my move, get my own place, all that kind of good stuff, right? But in my time, like so far, I haven't really found that long-term career I really want to do. Because I searched for a while for like a chemistry related job. But I don't know if it's like the requirements of like trying to get into an entry level job is like a lot harder than other career paths, or if my area doesn't really provide a whole lot of chemistry opportunities compared to other states. But either way, it was kind of hard for me to really find a get my foot in the door into this chemistry kind of world, right? And so the first job I actually got was actually for more clinical research, so not exactly chemistry, but it was essentially a still related to the whole science field, which I found interesting. And I was with the place for about 8, 10 months, but I couldn't see myself doing this long term. I didn't really enjoy um, my time, my work doing there. I really enjoy my co-workers. Like my boss was just actually really awesome. It's just really unfortunate that I didn't really enjoy the day-to-day work, and I couldn't see myself doing that long term. So I eventually left that company after about 8 or 10 months working there. So after that, that's when I started to go back into like looking for different jobs that have some experience, which could be applicable to some of the searching I'm trying to do for chemistry jobs. But it became like a little even harder to find jobs. I did a lot of interviews, and it seems like a lot of the jobs that I was a good fit for, I kept getting turned down because someone else with more experience than me was getting chosen over, which is kind of silly because I was trying to go for entry level jobs where they don't expect you to have any experience, but the people that they keep hiring over, like people like me or people that have like 5 plus years already in the industry. So it became like a kind of vicious cycle of me trying to get entry level job, but I keep getting turned down because other people with 5 plus years just keep getting picked up. Which, from a company standpoint, that makes sense. But at the same time, it's kind of like a struggle for people like me who needs experience to get a job, but we don't have like a really easy way to get that experience because other people just keep getting picked over us, right? So after kind of like struggling with trying to find different jobs, trying different like options, that's kind of when I actually reached out to Omega Studios because I was trying to be a little bit more open-minded about what I want to do for different kind of careers paths, and I actually was pretty interested in the whole QA side of the gaming industry because at my old clinical research job, I was technically a study supervisor, but there was not a lot of people at my company, so there's a lot of crisscross. There's a lot of duties that sometimes get passed on to someone else, right? So for me, I kind of got some good amount of experience of QA and the clinical research kind of sense. And of course, I also do a lot of internal testing for different games for a while now, so I have actual applicable experience. And I do find that whole process of like testing, doing some QA to be interesting. So that's when I reach out to Wabi, and I would just be like, "Hey, I really am just interested in this QA job at Mysterious. I'm really passionate about the game. I really want to find a long-term career I can kind of do. Is there an opening?" And then that's when he put in a good word for me, went through the whole process, and finally I became officially part of the QA of Amida Studios, which I haven't really kind of told you guys. I didn't really announce it, but it is kind of obvious that I did left that company eventually. I really enjoyed my 8 9 months at Meta Studios. Like I get to learn a whole lot. I was able to meet some really amazing people, right? So there was no hard feelings at all between me and like the people at Meta Studios. It's kind of just business at the end of the day when they let me go. But that also just means that I'm all the way back to square one on like what I wanted to do, trying to find a long-term career, right? So after I left from Studios, that's when I'm kind of like just started to really think about other options I can kind of do, right? And kind of what led me down back on this kind of like um drive to try to enlist in the military was with my sister actually, because my sister graduated the same year I did from college. She got her bachelor's in psychology, and essentially, she was also in the same boat as me, where like she moved here in Florida. She's trying to find a job she can do like long term. They want experience. She didn't have experience, so other people got chosen over her. And the job that she did go into, she didn't really enjoy at all, and could see herself doing long term. So she actually made the decision to enlist in the United States Air Force. And she actually went through the whole thing. Like she became a loadmaster for the Air Force, and she just recently just got done with all of that. And right now she's been like really happy. Like I haven't seen her this happy in a long time. She got to meet some really amazing people. She really enjoys the work and the benefits of like everything that her job kind of provides. And she honestly just like seems like she is in a very good spot and she's very happy where she's at, right? And maybe it should have been a little bit more obvious that I should have considered military like a little bit early on since I do live in a military kind of family. But before I wanted to like potentially enlist in the military, I wanted to explore other avenues, right? Because trying to enlist in the military comes with its own challenges, which they are achievable. You can overcome them. It's just like the first year of you trying to enlist in the military, it's definitely gonna really suck. But once you get past that, then everything is nice and groovy, right? So yeah, that's essentially just kind of where I'm at. After just seeing my sister like being really happy with her like choice of enlisting in the Air Force, I kind of thought to myself, maybe that's something that I want to also pursue. So I did some more research. I saw some really kind of cool careers I can do in the Coast Guard, and that's exactly what I've been doing the last few months. Well, obviously trying to enlist in the like any kind of branch of the military services, you need to like meet some requirements for medical, for physical fitness, and required knowledge, all that stuff. So the last few months, I've been just doing a ton of preparation. I've been doing a ton like reading up on some of the required knowledge I need to do before I listen to Coast Guard. Also done a lot of like exercising because you have to take the PT physical test and you need to like meet the minimum standards. And my goal is not to meet the minimum standards, but to exceed the minimum standards. Because if you do, then you put yourself in a really good spot, right? And so part of the whole preparations I want to do for like the upcoming months is I want to really start to ramp up my exercising. I'm already in good shape, but I want to get into super good shape so I don't have to worry about physical fitness at all. I can worry about some of the other challenges that the Coast Guard is going to provide, right? But yeah, that's kind of like my whole like context of why I decided I want to enlist in the Coast Guard. Um, I'm just really looking forward to what's actually gonna be kind of like what I'm doing for the rest of my life because I really want to find a career I can do something for 20 plus years, and you can definitely find very stable and very awesome jobs in the military for 20 plus years, right? Because not only I'm going to be having a stable future, I have all these benefits of being in the military, but also I'll be serving my country, right? And I think that gives me that sense of like I'm doing something that's very worthwhile and very good for the benefits of the other people, right? But yeah, that's about it from me. Apologies again that this is gonna be kind of like a downer for some of you guys that really enjoy my videos, but again, I gotta kind of think about myself. I gotta do what I need to do to be happy in life, and this is the route I want to take. So I just want to say thank you guys again for all the amazing support. I really have not um would not gotten all these amazing opportunities. I would not meet all the amazing people I have in this personal community without all you guys support. Because this whole YouTube like journey has been like a ton of fun, and it really just like gave me a whole new perspective on a lot of different things, and I'm just very grateful of all the opportunities and people I got to meet because I decided I want to do a YouTube kind of channel out of passion, right? So thank you guys again very much for all the amazing support. And again, this won't be the last time you guys will see me. I'll still be around the part of the community. I don't know if that means that I'm not gonna be making videos ever again. I don't know if that means I'm gonna make one or two videos very sporadically. I'll definitely play some predecessor games. I might hang out with some streamers, but for sure, you guys will still see me around. But I'm definitely not gonna be like around all the time like I normally have. But yeah, thank you guys again so much, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.